This is the book of Amos, chapter 3, verse 6. Shall a trumpet be blown in the city, and the people not be afraid? Shall there be evil in a city, and the Lord had not done it? So giving all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem Yahawashi, Bahashem Rachakodash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, and peace and blessings to the 144,000, as well as the rest of the elect. This is Brother Taza Pie here with another lesson. And we're going to go into this Amos chapter 3 in light of what's going on in California right now, all right? And this is why the Most High set up his servants and sent them out worldwide, all right, so that you, his people, the children of Israel, wouldn't be caught off guard, all right? The Edomites, at least the elite among Edom, they know what's going on. Some of these other nations, you know, they in the know, some, you know, depending on their level. It's just the ones of us workers, us imals, who don't know, you know, we get left out of the plans, all right? And when I say imal, we'll get to that in just a minute. But let's get into this, break this down. Amos chapter 3, verse 6 says, shall a trumpet be blown in the city, and the people not be afraid? Shall there be evil in the city, and the Lord Yahweh Bahashem Yahawashi had not done it? All right. So now you're seeing evil in California. That's the latest. But then you got ongoing evils. Okay. At the southern border in Texas, ongoing evils. All right. That's what's going on in California, the whole immigration situation. All right. And again, I'm not going to call them illegals because they were welcome here, although, you know, there were criminals among them. The criminals, and it just made, this is a whole messy mess, all right? And it was meant to be that way, all right, because the whole thing now, they're not going to go through and let me put it this way. The criminals will probably be the ones that stay, while the law-abiding citizens be the ones that are those who are looking to come over here to lead a productive life. You know, we'll be the ones, or they'll be the ones who get shipped back or get put in these concentration camps or whatever they're doing right now. You know, there's rumors. We in the season of rumors. So we don't know. We're not getting anything from the media. Everything has been quiet surrounding, you know, what's going on at the border and with ICE, all right? And that's Immigration and Customs. What's the E? Damn it, I done forgot. But, you know, the ICE agency that deals with these illegals is Immigration and Customs. Shoot. I just saw that. But getting back to the scriptures. All right. Amos 3 and 6, shall a trumpet be blown in the city? All right. That trumpet is in reference to the prophets, the men of the Lord, giving warning. Okay. Now, this is the program of Yahweh Bahashem Yahawashi. When we are to go out on the highways and byways, he said in Isaiah 58 and 1, cry aloud, spare not, all right, lift up thy voice like a trumpet, and show my people their transgressions, and the house of Jacob their sins. All right, so we are to lift up our voice like a trumpet because it's our voices that are giving the warnings. All right, telling you that the judgment of Yahweh Bahashem Yahawashi is coming to this earth. All right, and now you're seeing it. Now you're seeing it, but none of you can say you wasn't warned. All right. No one will have a cloak for their sins, according to as Yahweh Shai himself stated. All right, so cry aloud, spare not. All right, tell it like it is. No, what's that? Shit. Favor of persons. All right, no sparing feelings. Respect of persons. That's it. No respect of persons. You got to tell it how it is across the board. All right. Cry aloud, spare not, lift up thy voice like a trumpet, and show my people their transgression. That's why it says, spare not. We got to let everybody know their transgressions against Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai. It says, and the house of Jacob, their sins. All right? So that's the blowing of the trumpet part. Oh, Salakia. All right. That's the blowing of the trumpet. So when we go back, Amos 3 and 6, shall a trumpet be blown in the city? All right. Shall the prophets be out giving warning, and the people not be afraid? Shall there be evil in a city, and the Lord had not done it? All right. So ain't you seeing evil in California? You're seeing evil all across the U.S. in some shape, form, or fashion. But yes, a lot of it is to do with the immigration situation. There's a crisis, all right? It's a crisis when you take money from the taxpayers to give to those who hadn't contributed anything to society. All right, whether they coming over here or you sending it overseas, which they do both. All right? That whole aid situation with Doge. All right, that was our tax-paying money going to fund LGBTQ agendas, going to fund, well, of course, these wars, all right, and going to fund all sorts of frivolous nonsense, all right, with money that we need, all right. Go back and forth to work every day. You got to replace your whole suspension every goddamn year or half a year as you tear your fucking car up. It's horrible living here, man. You know, and all of our resources, our energies, all of our shit to benefit us is being outsourced. Okay? And now they are even outsourcing the people, because it's in the power of their hands to do. So now they're getting ready to outsource the people. Like I said, what sense does it make to invite a people over here, have them make that 1,000-mile trek, however long that shit is, it takes months, if not a year or longer, and then you bring them over here and then you tell them they have to go. And don't think that's just, it was just an oversight because of the change of administrations. It's by design. They don't change administrations at the top. All right? We've been under an ongoing agenda since 1776, and it's called the New World Order. This is what you're seeing. California, Texas, New Mexico. This is what you're seeing. Florida. All right? Mississippi. Shit, all over. Shit. You know, it goes without saying on the East Coast. Y'all see the madness that is New York. Ever since COVID, New York has been, I don't see how people live in New York. New York been off the chain. You know, but the migrant situation made it worse. When COVID came through and the shutdowns, New York was off the chain. And then when they brought them immigrants up there, it was a wrap. It was a wrap. Chicago, Philly looked like zombie land. You know? But this is evils. All right, understand that evil means bad time. That's the literal etymon of the word evil. Eve is a time, as in evening. We don't celebrate this, but Christmas Eve, that's a time. All right? And ill is bad. All right? Remember the Beastie Boys had a license to ill? You know? Well, yeah, there's Eve ill. And this is where y'all at. Y'all at the eve of your illness. This is where y'all are. All right, before the shit hit the fan, this is where y'all are. At the evening of your illness. Evil. So it says, yeah, shall a trumpet, this is back in Amos 3 and 6, shall a trumpet be blown in the city, and the people not be afraid? Shall there be eve ill in a city, and the Lord Yahweh Bahasham Yahweh Shai hath not done it? Yes, he does it. He's in control. He runs this. This is his program, his show. And guess what? Things are going according to plan. The Most High don't miss. All right, and then it says, verse 7, surely the Lord power will do nothing, but he revealed his secret unto his servants, the prophets. All right, and so that was a secret. Well, Jacob's trouble, all of the turmoil, the chaos, these uprisings, you see, these are things that people didn't know was coming, but we gave y'all heads up. And y'all said, fuck you, you don't know what you're talking about. And now you got people coming on crying, talking about, y'all gonna let them do this to us? And all this old silly shit. Hey, it's out of our hands at this point. All right? The power is in taking action. Well, I pretty much said this already, but receiving information and acting upon it. Therein lies the power. You missed the time to act. And it may still be some time. I don't want to put that out there. It may still be some time to act. All right? It's never too late. Let's just put it. It's never too late, but the doors of mercy are closing. All right? So maybe the Lord will show mercy. But repent. And this is the message of the prophets. Repent. All right? In Micah 2 and 10, it says, arise ye and depart. All right? Raise your ass up and repent. Depart from your ways. Depart from this way of life. Depart from this society. Depart from these evils. All right? Arise ye and depart. For this is not your rest, because it is polluted. It shall destroy you even with a sore destruction. Now, how many times just me, myself, read this verse? Maybe 1,000 times. Hundreds of videos. Well, here we are. Here we are. And the Most High is showing his power. He's showing the power of his word. And the word is displaying the power of his might, because who else can write something? It's millennium before it happens, and it happens precisely as they wrote it. This is the power we serve. We told y'all this. I can't harp on this enough, man, because I ain't tooting my horn. All right? The Lord got us out here so you can recognize who the hell he is, or who in the heaven he is. But you know what I'm saying? The Lord put us out here so when the things come to pass, because y'all don't read. But we come out, we read the scriptures for you. And then when all the things that we read in this book come to pass, it's going to come to your minds. Those of you who came across our videos, talk shit, you X the video off. You pass by the camp, you talk shit, or you either thought shit. Yeah, I know a lot of you walk by talking shit in your mind. That shit counts too. Y'all walk by, you ain't had the veracity to actually open your mouth, but you thought, I wish these niggas shut up. Why don't they just go home? No, well, you on the hook for that. A foolish thought is sin. So you have 2/3 of our people who gonna have a bad time here coming up. All right, they're just gonna have a bad time. And let's see. Well, I'll go ahead and bring out Job 20 that I mentioned earlier. All right, so in Job chapter 20, verse 22, it says, in the fullness of his sufficiency, the his or the he here is talking about those that are in power. All right, the so-called white people, Esau, the progenitor of the Edomites. All right, the so-called white people of the nation of Edom. No such nation as white. There's no such nation as black. All right, these are adjectives which describe color. The Most High did not describe people by their color except for one, and that was Edom. All right, now just off my head, as far as I know, Edom was the only one that got named by color because of his wickedness. Because this devil sold his birthright for raw stew, which the scriptures refer to as red pottage. Yeah, it was red full of blood. So the Most High named him Edom. Adawam in the Hebrew is red. So I guess he went out and about when he came into power to give everybody else a color. But the Lord gave every other nation names according to their attributes or something, you know, describing them other than looks or color. The Israelites. Israel, Yashar Allah, he, Shar is prince, Allah is power. So we're the princes of the powers, the sons of God. Yah, he, Shar, Prince Allah, power. He's a prince of power, or a prince or a son of God. All right? That's who we are. That's an attribute of us. All right? But right, this devil go around, he gave everybody a color and described them by colors. But this is the man. It says, okay, back in Job 20 and 22, in the fullness of his sufficiency, he shall be in straits. Yeah, he's going to be in a position of difficulty. And this is where he is. Because you got people that are waking up, you got people that are bucking up, you got people who is a part of his program that are coming out and blowing whistles on them and giving away their plans. Oh, it's a lot going on. You got this internet with us, all right? Now, when I say us, I mean the prophets. And this is what this lesson is about, the prophets. Which right quick, Jeremiah 28, verse 8 says, the prophets that have been before me and before thee of old prophesied both against many countries and against great kingdoms, of war and of evil. We're talking about evil, right? And of pestilence, sickness, disease, scourges, you know. All that's coming. They got more demics coming for you. They ain't through with the demics. So it's pestilence coming your way. They just getting started with the immigration situation. But see, that's for the reset. So I hope y'all understand how resets work at this particular point in the scope in history or scope in prophecy. Reset ain't just about money. Oh, yeah, we're going to reset it. We're going to go to a digital currency. No. You see how they're moving the people around. All right, they're taking Africans, they're putting them all throughout Europe. They bring in the middle or the central and the southern Americans up here to North American. And guess what? A lot of you North Americans going down to South and Central America. That's how you reset shit. Now nobody has a sense of home. Nobody has a sense of this is mine. And everybody, you know, you're in a strange place. You're not going to raise too much hell. As you might, as you know, being at home. And I say you won't raise hell, but you ain't going to raise as much. All right? Especially you don't know the landscape and the layout in the area. And you being guarded by people that do. But yeah, all of this spells reset. It's only going to get worse. This is the beginning. If you crying and all that shit right now, shit, you should have took heed to the prophets. All right? Because it's going to get so bad that these hardened soldiers are going to be doubled over crying. Now, it's not dropping some tears. You know how you drop a few tears, something touch you, and you try to play it off, and you just drop, you know, you can wipe it right quick before somebody catch it. You just like, you know, it's a little cry, you know, a small cry. No, they're going to be crying. All right, like them white boys got caught in that, you know, they was over somewhere in the Middle East and was in some real, you know, these them boys that used to shooting shit on video game, but they got in a real gunfight, fire exchange, and they was yelling and crying and screaming like bitches. That's what's going to be happening when the Lord really turn loose. Man, this is what Jeremiah 28:8 says. Again, the prophets that have been before me, all right, before Tazapah, and before thee, before you, it says, of old prophesied against many countries and against great kingdoms, of war and of evil and of pestilence, to give warning to the people, so that when the Most High makes good on his word, you don't go to attributing it to no false idols or fake gods or no demiurge or none of this other shit. Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai is going to come to mind, all right? Because y'all going to recall the teachings that you mocked and scoffed against, all right? Vocab Malone is going to rue the day he took up this campaign against the gospel. You understand? Everybody think it's a game. We just, and if anybody should know, Vocab should know, because he done seen the power up front. He's seen it. But for some reason, he wanted to play with it. There's no way to make that make sense. You can't make that make sense. As much as Vocab Malone has seen from Great Millstone, and even he will give us props as far as, how did he say we was the most, I forgot how he worded it. Shit, it might come back to him. He said GMS is the most, I forget how he worded that, Salakia. But he he should know enough at this point that the Lord is dealing with the apostles and elders on down. And there's no way I'd be playing the games that he's playing. But, he's not the only one. And these are frightening times. This ain't scary times we're in. These are frightening, downright frightening times. And I just don't see enough fear. Ain't enough sighing and crying. There ain't enough fear, but that's all right, because the Lord told us it's going to be as in the days of Noah. Y'all going to be eating and drinking, making merry. Y'all going to be marrying and giving in marriage. Y'all going to be doing all the shit y'all do on the normal. Until the day that Noah went into the ark. Or until the day that shit hit the fan. But anyway, going back to Job 20 and 22, it says, in the fullness of his sufficiency, he shall be in straits. All right, the rulers that be, the people that are in power, it says, every hand of the wicked shall come upon him. And that's what I was saying earlier. All right, every hand of the wicked, you go into that word, aimal, it means the sufferers or the laborers. All right. And so you got us laymen down here on the lower levels. We don't get, we are not made privy to the plans of the elite. All right. We had no foreknowledge of 9/11. Was it Silverstein? He did. A lot of others did. Shit, even Dick Gregory said he was told not to fly to New York. You see how that shit work? When you juiced in, Dick Gregory was called and told not to fly to New York. A lot of people were. How many of you Joe Sixpacks knew? And still today, a lot of you Joe Six-Packs still believe Osama bin Laden did it. This is the insanity of the average American. All right? But that's going to cause a lot of animosity and a lot of hatred toward these mayors, governors, congressmen, senators, and even the commander-in-chief and his vice. All right? It's going to cause a lot of animosity. And as you see now, that's what's happening in California. That's animosity. 2 Ezra 15 goes into that. People getting ready to take matters into their own hands. They tired of, getting stepped on, stepped over, misrepresented, not heard. And so you're about to see every hand of the wicked come upon, because that's where chaos, for lack of a better word, that's where the conflict is going to come in. You're going to have people that have been suffering, been laboring, and they're going to get tired of this shit. And then they're just going to flat refuse. The powers that be know this. This is why they got Robot Dog. This is why they got them cyborgs. This is why they got all of this shit. They know this is coming. We, the elite of prophecy, know this is coming. We're telling you this is coming. All right? You're not going to win against this man carnally. I don't care what kind of fucking gun you got. Is it brand new and oiled up and it shoot goddamn, you shoot like like Fred Sanford said, I don't care if it shoot 10 times and then start picking up bricks and throw bricks. You're not going to win against Esau. Carnally. You got to get into the spirit. You got to repent. You got to call on Yahweh by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, and beg and plead for mercy. All right, we do it. We do it every day. I don't know if I'm good. I got to beg for mercy. I got to beseech the Lord to forgive me and have mercy. All right, well, this is where we at. This is what time we're in. All right? Things are just getting started. So I just wanted to say that, Salakia wasn't, he's been kind of off today, but shit, we'll be back on it tomorrow. Shalom.